Pretty silly, right? It's a cup with whipped cream is what I believe it's called. Come right in. I'm Vicky from the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Let me show you what I do with mine. Let's get started. Background first. This is just a canvas from Walmart, actually. It's a 7 by 14, and there was it's a 2-pack. So I did do another project with this, with a different one. What we're doing is called a reverse canvas, where we're going to take the canvas off and use it as our frame. So just to get started with that, we just take a flathead. You can do this a couple ways. I just take a flathead screwdriver, and you can lift these up. Sometimes it's easier to go under the canvas. Kind of pry these up. This will ruin your flathead screwdriver, just a heads up. So this is not a flathead screwdriver that I typically have in my tool chest to actually do anything with. This is usually just strictly for doing this kind of thing. So that one doesn't want to go. And usually if they don't if they don't want to lift up, there's another method that I like to use, and that's just taking an X-Acto knife, and you basically just cut around the canvas. So this is the back. I managed to get all the staples out after I just cut away the canvas. I was able to go back and lift up all of the staples. So it actually, it appears to be I like being able to get all the staples out just because it makes for a smoother surface. But if you can't get all the staples out, it's not that big a deal. Make sure they're flat. You can even hammer them in further if you need to, because this is going to be the back side. This, ta-da, is going to be the front side. I absolutely love how this looks. I love Walmart canvases because they have this beautiful detail frame, and it's almost like it was meant to be. Honestly, this is so beautiful, and it's hidden underneath that canvas. I love how they do that. We're going to keep the canvas because, like I said, this is going to be called a reverse canvas. So basically, I want to keep the canvas because I do want a stiff structure, and the only reason I want that is because we're going to be using mulberry paper. This is mulberry paper. It's basically from a mulberry tree, and it's just organic paper. Fibers from the tree is basically what it is. I order mine online. I got it on Temu, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon or somewhere else too. Just Google mulberry paper and you can get that. It's a nice paper fiber, but it is kind of thin. So for my background surface, I need something that's going to be a little durable. So I'm gonna keep this canvas, and basically what we're going to do is put the mulberry paper down and then the canvas behind it and secure that, so that this is going to be what our inside is going to look like. And I absolutely love that. We're going to, I think, because I just love the finish on this, I think we're just going to leave it. I don't think we're going to do anything different to it because I like how that looks. It's very clean. It's very finished. I think we're going to leave that. We're just going to make sure this mulberry paper stays down. So that's basically all we're going to do on this, is basically make sure that stays, and then we'll put the canvas on that. And so basically we just need to kind of cut away all this canvas paper here. And we're just going to make sure it stays down. We're just going to basically put on, so this is our tacky glue. Make sure we go all the way to the edges. And then after this is dry, we will go back and trim it. We're just going to set this off to the side and let this dry. Now, our stuff that's going to go inside, we're going to paint that. So I've got a lot of these came out around Christmas time. It's called a cup with foam. And that could be a coffee cup. It could be, you know, hot chocolate, whatever, to look like it's got whipped cream on top. These were at the Dollar Tree, and this kind of this, they were meant to be ornament kind of style. We're just going to take our scissors and basically a line from here to here. We're going to take off that foam part and make them into teacups. They could be like teacups. And I need 3 of them. So we're just going to take that off. Easy peasy. Just cut it with scissors. Oops. There we go. 3 of those. And these are going to just stack in our frame. And actually, I don't want a rounded bottom. I want my coffee cups to have a solid bottom, or straight across bottom. So I'm just going to take off. So that they can stack like that. I like that. We're also going to put these little flowers. These are from Michael's, and these are going to go on our cups here. So we're going to paint those as well. And then lastly, we're going to put a bird on top. I just happen to have, it's like a bird garland kind of situation. I'm not sure where I got it from. I don't remember. It was in my stash. So we're going to be using the birds. I took just some spackling. This is just spackling. I got it at Walmart. And I put it in because it's got a hole because it's supposed to be on a string. And so I went ahead and I filled in that hole. So when we paint it, we won't see it as noticeable. So these are the things we're going to be painting. First, let's do one of the cups. We'll do a classic green. We got the green painted there. I'm going to do the next one in this mauve color. It's called rose pink. Okay, there's that. This third one, we're going to do a yellow. This is goldenrod yellow. Yellow is done. I'm going to do our bird friend in this blue. This is Look at Me Blue is what this is called. A kind of an interesting color blue, but okay. Blue looks good. I want to do his beak in the back in that yellow. Yellow color. The 3 little flowers that are going to go on the cups, we're going to do in the light buttermilk, which is just an off-white color. And I kind of did like a slight whitewash over these. Just basically took white paint, kind of rubbed it a little bit on them, just kind of rough them up a little bit, but with white instead of like a dark brown. We're going to go ahead and bring back in our canvas. And and I already put the mulberry on it, and then we put the canvas part back on it, and I went ahead and I did put some staples in it, just to kind of go ahead and hold everything together. You know, it's totally up to you what you want to do with your background. If you want to go ahead, you can put like popsicle sticks behind and then put the mulberry paper over the popsicle sticks. If that's what you want to do to kind of more secure this, it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do to secure it. We're going to go ahead and start assembly on this, where we're going to start with, I think we're going to start with our green, pink, yellow, oh wait, nope. That's not going to work because we got a yellow, but I kind of want the yellow to be on top because I want our little bluebird to go with the yellow. So let's kind of trying to strategically place a little bit here, deciding on where I want things. On the cups, we're going to put our little flowers on our cups too. All right, so far I like this layout. This is super cute. Let's go ahead and we'll start gluing things on. We're just going to take our tacky glue and glue things on. So everything's glued on. I'm going to do a little bit of finishing touches here. Let's just go ahead and take, I have some Spanish moss, and I was thinking about kind of adding some Spanish moss to this project because it seemed like a good idea. We're just going to put some Spanish moss down here. A little bit goes a long way, so you don't need to go crazy with it. I was also kind of thinking I wanted something else up here by the bird to kind of make it look like he's got like a nest going on. And I couldn't decide if I think we should put some more Spanish moss in there too. That will look kind of white right now, but it's okay because it will dry clear. It will be fine. A little bit more. And you know, if we don't like where any of it's going at any point, we can definitely just give it a haircut. But I kind of like the way that looks. I also had a few of these extra little flowers. I was thinking about putting them in here, but I think that's just going to be a little too much, so we won't do that. I did have a little butterfly. No, I was kind of thinking of putting little butterflies in here, but I think we'll hold off on that. I also had a little mushroom. That was kind of cute too, but I think we'll just stick with this. We're going to keep it simple. I think I'm just trying to overthink it a little bit. Just keep this very basic, very simple. All right, that's all we've got for today. Super cute. We could definitely decorate this a little bit more if you want to. Spruce it up. Keep on coming back and seeing more at the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Happy crafting.